Hello, hello. How's the audio sound? Can you hear me okay? Yesterday it was kind of rough. Hold on. How's that look? I can't see chat for some reason. Ah! Hold on, let me change my taskbar to be up the whole time. So it's not hiding. So I can actually switch. Okay. It's overly cropped. Okay. Yippee! God. Why is it every single time? Okay. Transform. Stretch. Reset. No. Right, hold on a minute. So I can figure this out real quick, because woof. How does it look if I go full screen? Not any better. Okay. Okay. Exit that then. Maximize. Streamlabs. Excuse. We're scuffed. We're scuffed, folks. We're very scuffed. Okay. Now I gotta crop this really quick. Ugh. I'm sorry. I switched over to my desktop again, and I swear to God, I was prepared. It was just fine yesterday. But no, it has to break. Every single time. Are you kidding me? Well. How's that look? Looking okay? Alright, looks fine to me. So, alright. So today we are starting the Harveston Sledathon. Very excited, honestly. Actually have not read through this event before. Sounds kind of crazy, but it's true. I actually have not read through this event. I just got through it to get the idiot card. I skipped through it. I know. I'm still trying to grind out another 300 gems for the next idiot card, but I'm hoping, since it's coming back after Christmas, I am hoping that I'll be able to sit back and just use some Christmas money to buy some cards, or not some cards, but some gems, if nothing else. I have not been in my guest room today. I don't know why. Let's just fix this up really quick. Phil, you left your nail polish in here, bud. Heh. I want to give it to him. It feels as though if time goes faster when I'm with you. You're sweet. I have so many stickers right now, so I may as well use them, right? It feels as though time goes faster when I'm with you. Perhaps that shows how absorbed I am in our conversations. Not just anyone can engage me like that, you know. Anyway. I never noticed he poses when he does that one. That's kind of cute, though. Okay. Stop falling asleep! Alright, so because this goes through hang on, I have it hello? Hold on, sorry, I'm trying to find my schedule because I need to know how much I need to do today. Snowy, I know you're in chat. If you remember, let me know, because I don't. Here we go. So it's supposed to go through the 23rd, but I'm going to be busy on the 23rd, so we're going to have to go a little bit more. Same with Tamashina Mina on the 26th. We're going to have to start a day later. So we'll have to do extra. So we're going to be doing 11 chapters, I think. It makes sense. So we're doing the first 2 books today. So let's begin, I guess. I guess I am doing this by myself today. If you haven't noticed. All clear on the right, and all clear on the left. No one's coming. Here goes. Dagnabbit, ain't concern it! Whew. Okay, I feel a little better now. He'll really let me have it for accidentally slipping into my accent when I saw him in the hall. I was born and raised in Harveston. What does he expect, for crying out loud? I've had it up to here with all his stupid nitpicking. If I had a thumb mark for every time he's told me ain't isn't a word, or it's I, not ah, or indoor voice, please. Well, I guess I just gotta watch myself around Phil. I don't like it, but it is what it is. I wish I could visit home, but our next break's a long ways away. Huh? Someone's calling me. It's Meemaw. Hey, Meemaw, how you been? It ain't every day you call me up on the phone. Something going on? Huh? What? Boy, that phone call threw me for a loop. It's great I get to go home, but does it have to be tomorrow? Talk about short notice. Why'd Meemaw have to spring this on me? And apparently I gotta bring some friends too. Who could I even ask? I spent so long trying to figure it out that it made me late for lunch. This place is packed. Are there any free tables? Oh, look, Yuma and Grim are over there. Hey, Yuma, Grim, is this seat taken? Is it cool if he sits here, Grim? Might as well, since no one's using it. And now I get some of your lunch as payment. But that's my food! This piddly lunch ain't filling me at all. Hey, Apple, got any apples today? Afraid not. I don't carry a ready supply around, you know. I just share any extras I can't eat myself when I get shipments from home. Aw, man. Those apples are real tasty. Wish I could get my paws on some. Aha! Hey, Grim, since you're craving apples, how'd you like to visit Harveston with me? Then you could have your fill of the best apples money can buy. Really? Sign me up. Only thing is, the trip's tomorrow. Tomorrow?! That's pretty sudden. Tell me about it. I only heard I was going back this morning. Meemaw sure loves her surprises. The thing is, one of Harveston's annual festivals is this weekend, and my family asked me to be there for it. I'm down to go if it means I get to munch on delicious apples. You can bet on that. And, Grim, would you be up for joining me on the Mount Muln Sledathon? The Mount what now? Oh, Mount Muln's this giant mountain that you can see from Harveston. We hold an annual sled race on it every year. That's the Mount Muln Sledathon. A sled race, you say? People get in teams of 4 and compete to see who can reach the finish line the fastest. Meemaw asked me to bring some friends from school for my team. Should be friends by now. How about bringing some round? If it would stop lagging, I would appreciate that. Thank you. Y'all youngins can liven up the race. But it's such short notice, I don't even know who to invite. So please, would you do the race with me? I didn't really get all that, but sounds like a pain. Count me out. I'll go for the apples, but I ain't messing with no sleds. So much for that. Well, you'll still liven things up either way, I guess. Not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. What are you on about? Okay, well, I ain't dealing with that. Okay, Grim, no problem. I'll just have to find some other people willing to join the race. Say, 𝙎𝙊𝘾𝙄, why don't you come too? Grim's already going. You'd be more than welcome to join. Sounds fun. I hope you like apples, 𝙎�プ, because you're in for a treat. Oh, but I should tell you, I don't think you'll be able to do the Sledathon, unfortunately. The sleds we use for it are magically operated. Say what? You got some weird sleds. Mima asked me to bring along some friends because the students here use magic. Ah, I getcha. That's why you invited me, because I'm gonna be a great mage. You've got a keen eye, Apple. Not that I'm racing, you understand? Yes, you've made yourself very clear. It's teams of 4, so I'll need 3 others. But where am I gonna find people willing to take such a last-minute trip? Couldn't you just ask Phil and Rick? They're in your dorm. I mean, I could, but if I go home, I know I'm gonna relax and slip back into my accent. But if Phil and Rick are there, I'll have to act all prim and proper, even around my family. On second thought, that's not gonna work. There have to be other options, right? You could just leave it up to chance and ask the first people you see. But that's so random. Come on, let's see who's here. Hey, 𝙎𝑃! 𝙎𝑃! What do you want? Hello, I didn't see you sitting there. So, I'm sorry to just spring this on you, but the thing is, wanna do a sled race, 𝙎𝑃? I think not. But I haven't even given you the full rundown yet. I happened to overhear your discussion. I thought it rather curious you were visiting home on a regular weekend. But unfortunately for you, I have no interest in a race that serves as a mere festival slideshow. Oh, 𝙎𝑃, have you got the wrong end of the stick? What? Why are you smirking? The mt. Sledathon ain't some sideshow. It's a brutal race. Competitors gotta follow the course all night long, non-stop. For an entire night! That's right. Just using magic won't cut it. You gotta have stamina or else you'll never make it to the finish line. Oh. Plus, the sleds are tricky to control. They're not what you'd call beginner-friendly. So I can't take just anyone from NRC. I need someone with an athletic mindset. Intriguing. Winning this race is a big honor, you know. The winners get full bragging rights. I imagine their friends and loved ones will give them a big old pat on the back and say, "You did good." Yep, sure is pickle. Where, oh where will I find someone? If only there were a skilled athlete at this school who was equally strong with magic. Someone who was the very definition of brawny. But there is! Really, where? Right here! I'll join your race and make this an easy win. Yes, it worked. It's different if the race is that intense. I never pass up a rigorous training opportunity. Thanks, 𝙎𝑃! But we still need 2 more people. Who else can I bring? I doubt many will want to volunteer for some obscure festival race. Is mt. even famous? Sure it is. You see, for the people of Harveston in the Shaflan's mountainous northern region, it has long been considered a sacred place. Jade! Oh, hey, you were sitting behind us, huh? Pardon me, but when I heard you mention Mt. I simply had to interject. I heard it radiates a mystical beauty that captivates mountain climbers the world over. It's also a popular subject for painters and photographers, given that the scenery at the foot of the mountain changes so much each season. Wow, Jade, you really know your stuff. I've read a great deal about Mt. It's something of an interest of mine. Apple, if it wouldn't be too much of an imposition, would you allow me to join you on your trip? Huh? Harveston would be a prime destination for someone in the Mountain Lovers Club. I'd be glad to have you. Shouldn't you tell him about the sled race first? Oh, right. So, Jade, this trip involves a sled race as well. It's called the Mt. Sledathon. Yes, I'm aware. I confess I eavesdropped on your entire conversation. It sounds like you're in a bind. I'd gladly offer my assistance if you'll have me. I'm curious to see what Mt. looks like at night when racing through it on a sled. So, you're more interested in the mountain than the race. Well, either way, welcome aboard. That's 2 down, 1 to go. They'll need one more person. Lunch is almost over, so I gotta find him quick. Hey, so... Whoa, 𝙎𝙊𝘾𝙄𝘼! You were sitting nearby, too. Can I help you with something? So, like, you were, yes? Look, I just... I can't. Jumping into a normie convo is literally impossible. Busted difficulty. Okay, so I couldn't help it over here, and something you said caught my attention. Now he's talking through his tablet. You were talking about a sled race, right? In Harveston? Tomorrow? When do you head out? Huh? Dang, now he's throwing out questions left and right. Slow down. One question at a time, please. Are you from Harveston, Apple? Yes, why? Yo, that's the setting of Sled Over Heels. What's Sled Over Heels? It's this cartoon set in Harveston. It's gotta be over a decade old. I remember watching it on TV as a kid, vaguely. That's okay, Apple. I only learned about it recently myself. I first saw it when I was watching this video online about classic anime. What manner of cartoon is it? It's about a group of cute girls who form a sledding team and strive to become the national champions. That's a rather strange choice of subject. Do you think so? Apart from the sledding bit, those sorts of tales are quite common. Jade! Yes. Whoa, now he's talking by himself! Sled Over Heels is non-pareil among anime. It's a soul-stirring, passionate tale of young women embarking on a high-stakes plus sledding adventure. You can't not cry when you watch it! Plush sledding? What's that? Sledding, sure, but why plush? Casuals, I swear. It's obviously sledding with plushies. Duh. Oh, yeah, I don't think I mentioned that part. You have to sled with stuffed animals in the mt. Sledathon. So, you mean, you balance a stuffed animal atop the sled when racing? No, you imbue them with magic and then they pull the sleds. Stuffed animals pull the sleds? That isn't quite the rugged racing experience I envisioned. It's a traditional competition back home. So that's what you meant by magically operated. Dogs or horses would understand, but plushie-driven sleds, I must confess, I'm also rather surprised. Is it that strange? It comes from one of our folk tales, you see. Is that right? Yup. Long ago, there was a lovely young lady walking in the woods, but her life was in danger for a dastardly villain was following her. A bunch of animals got worried about her and took off down a mountain path to call for help. At long last, they found someone and wasted no time dragging their newfound friend back to help the young lady. That's how the story goes. Our Sledathon is a tradition that honors the animal's bravery and dedication. Fascinating, what a charming tale. But making real animals run all night isn't great, so we started using stuffed animals instead. Though nowadays, I think people try to make the plushies look cool, since the race is part of our town's revitalization efforts. The four protagonists throw themselves into the traditional plush sledding competition. They laugh and they argue, but ultimately they band together to take home the W. That is what Sled Over Heels Tearing Up the Snow is all about. It's got multifaceted characters with genuine psychological depth and breathtakingly realistic scenery, with amazingly simple yet innovative plot twists that keep it engaging. You don't get that in anime these days. That show really got its hooks in me. I own all the DVDs and books for it. Edie is really off to the races now. Hard to believe he was relying on his tablet earlier. He can get rather loquacious when the conversation involves something he enjoys. I've been wanting to visit the town where the show takes place for a while now. You wish to visit a place you saw in a cartoon? What could possibly be the point? As I understand, it's not unusual for fans to visit the locations of their favorite movies or TV shows. I suppose everyone has their hobbies, even if they are incomprehensible. Wow, so Grim and Yuma are gonna go sightseeing in Harveston. Does that mean you'll get to see Mount Muln? OMG, I couldn't be more jealous. And Sebek and Jade actually get to do a sled race. Amazing, what a couple of blokes. Not that it's any of my business, of course. After all, I don't have any plans to travel there, and no one's invited me. Oh well, guess I'd better figure out what I'm doing this weekend. What with my lack of plans? Gonna be Boresville over here. Oh, 𝙎𝙊𝘾, I love you so much, but come on, just ask. Are you hinting that you'd like to come to Harveston? What? I never said that. But it'd be super rude to turn down an invite, and I wouldn't say no if one happened to come my way. 𝙎𝙊𝘾, would you please come to Harveston and help us in the Sledathon? There it is! Booyah! Whoa! I mean, twist my arm, why don't you? How can I say no when you're pleading with those puppy eyes? I am a busy guy, but I guess I could pencil this into my schedule. Didn't you just say you had no plans? Oh, will you be bringing Ortho along? You bet your boots, Ortho and I are a package deal. Alright, I'll make sure he has somewhere to stay then. Sebek, Jade, 𝙎𝙊𝘾, and me. That's all the people I need for the Sledathon. Plus, I'll be bringing Grim, Yuma, and Ortho too. Things are shaping up nicely. If Mimo wants a group that'll liven things up, these guys should definitely fit the bill. Thanks, everyone. Ugh. The next day. I still can't believe I'm bringing people from school home with me. At least the headmage was good enough to let me use the dark mirror on short notice. Ah, good morning, Grim. Morning, Yuma. So tired. Can barely keep my eyes open. Ain't the race tomorrow? Do we really gotta leave first thing? There's prep work to do, so we need to be there bright and early. Plus, my teammates need to get in some plush sledding practice. Then the battle has already begun! Rah! Scare us some more, why don't ya? Good morning, 𴬃. I hope it wasn't too bad getting up this early. Hardly. I'm always up at this hour for training. A little exercise will shake off any drowsiness. Care to give it a go, Grim? I'll join you. No way, no how! Last night I informed Malleus and Lilia that I would be participating in a sled race, and they told me to do my best out there. Failure is not an option. Glad to see you're motivated, 𴬃. I told Vil I was joining the race, and you know what he said to me? Beware of sunburn, and above all else, return victorious. I'd expected a lecture about not letting my personal hygiene slip, but turns out he's got a competitive streak. Goodness, you all arrived rather early. No, I fear I've kept you waiting. Ah, good morning, Jade. There's still 10 minutes or so until the meeting time. You're totally fine. Azul had many things he wanted to discuss when he heard I was going to Harveston. It was a trifle time-consuming. Like what? Well, the Master Lounge is going to hold a Harveston Fest. What? He just said that since I was going anyway, I might as well turn it into a business opportunity. So I've been tasked with researching Harveston's notable culinary delights and local ingredients. Azul is certainly dedicated to his business. Indeed. We'll be operating under a strict budget with a definite sales target. It's no simple side job. I can help with that at least. I'd be happy to show you all our local specialties. Thank you. That's so kind, Apple. I would greatly appreciate it. Hi. Good morning, everybody! Good morning, Idia, Ortho. Glad to have you with us. That's a substantial amount of luggage for a mere weekend jaunt. I gotta pay the right mats to make the most out of this sled over heels pilgrimage. Thank you for inviting my brother, 𝙁𝙁. I was astonished when I heard he'd been invited on a trip. In fact, I still am. It's not that big a deal. No, really, I literally couldn't process it for a while. It's like a miracle. Okay, so it is that big a deal. Take good care of my brother, everybody. Wait, aren't you coming? Who, me? Nope. What? Boo! What are you talking about, Ortho? It'll be a better experience if you go on your own, Idia. After all, this is your first ever vacation with your school friends. Nope. Going on a trip with a bunch of complete randos? Hard nope. Come on, that's half the fun. I'm looking forward to hearing all about it when you get back. No, if you're not going, I'm bailing. We'll just go back to our room and binge all of this sled over heels right now. Bam, done, easy. I knew you'd be like this. What's the deal, Ortho? Idia is really not down with this idea. An unmotivated teammate is little more use than a sack of turnips. I say we leave him. Hold on, don't give up on him yet. Look, I want my brother to get out and experience more of his school life. He may not get another chance to take a trip with his classmates. Golly, okay, Ortho, I read you loud and clear. We can't enter the race without a full team anyway, so... Whoa, Ortho, 𝙁𝙁, why are you picking me up? You're not going to throw me through the dark mirror, are you? No, stop! Harveston, here we come. Make lots of fun memories, Idia. What a fine little brother you are, Ortho. I'm quite moved. Have a nice trip! They're just throwing him. Look, I may like having my sibling along for the ride, too, because they make things way easier for me. Believe me, I get it. But I can handle myself, too. I go out all the time without them. They may not like it, but... Look at that. Oh, I'm here. What do I do now? You okay, Idia? Just forget I'm here. Pretend I'm a bug and ignore me. I can't really do that. So this is Harveston. Just snow, mountains, and a whole lot of nothing else. Excuse you? You could at least acknowledge the grand sweeping vista. Clear skies, mountains lining the horizon, crisp, clean air. Can't you taste the true majesty of Mother Nature? I ain't tasted nothing. Now this is fresh air. What's the matter, 𴐬? You're shivering. Nothing at all. You're pale as a sheet and your lips are going blue. No, really, I'm fine. Might you be cold, 𝐸? Alright, I have a confession to make. I do not fare well in cold weather. No matter how hard I train myself, I simply cannot overcome it. Golly, I never knew you had such a weakness. It's nice and cool here from spring to autumn, but it gets downright frigid in the winter, and boy howdy do we ever get snow. It's no surprise the cold doesn't bother 𝙎𝙆 since he grew up here, but what of you, Jade? You look completely unfazed. Oh, I grew up in a much colder and quieter place than this. I'm fine and dandy too. I got this nice thick coat to keep me warm. I'm pretty cold myself. Well, we're just wearing our school uniforms after all. Even I'm a little chilly right now. Don't worry though. I've made sure you'll all have something warm to wear while we're here. You'll get your outfits as soon as we get to my house. Much obliged. So, 𝙎𝙆, I spy a distinctive snow-capped mountain in the distance. Is that Mount Mold? Yep, that's the symbol of Harveston right there. Knew it. Oh man, I can't believe I've seen it with my own two eyes. What a sublime figure it cuts against the sky. It's every bit as breathtaking as I imagined it would be. Mountains and snow look just like a ♦ episode. Oh, how my fanboy heart sings! I know exactly how you feel, 𝙎𝙖. As a mountain connoisseur, I find this terribly exciting. Well, 𝙎𝙖's back to normal. That's a relief. Those two are way too pumped about this. I never knew they both had such a soft spot for Mount Mouln. It's kind of flattering, actually. Mount Mouln is 2,469 meters tall, and it's one of 3 particularly high mountains in this range. The woodlands surrounding it are filled with natural splendors, but the mountain also gets a lot of snow, even given its elevation. It's snow-capped year-round. Having that contrast of snow above and forest below makes for an amazing view. It deserves every bit of its fame. I can see 𝙎𝙆's love for this place shines just as bright as 𝙎𝙖 and Jade's admiration, and it's certainly a majestic mountain. There are so many clouds around its peak, I can't see the top. Mouln means cloud, actually. It's named for the fluffy clouds that usually cover its peak. And that's where we'll be racing. It must be even colder up there. That's gonna be troublesome. Here's another fun fact. All the greenery around here is because of spring water from the mountain. We use that water for irrigation as well, which really helps our crops flourish. That's one reason why most of our villagers work on farms. Oh, look over there! You can see some farmers pruning the apple trees. What vast orchards. Apples as far as the eyes could see. Yep, most of the land here is used for orchards, and most of what we grow are apples. They're harvested in Spain produce. Other places can only harvest apples at certain times of the year, but we grow so many different varieties that we're able to harvest all year round. Our winter apples are unique to Harveston, you know. So you mean we wouldn't see these trees bursting with apples out anywhere else during the winter? That's right. Fall's still our biggest harvest season, mind you. But when a huge harvest goes on the market all at once, you see a big drop in price, right? So we've cultivated apple breeds we could pick in every season. In a way, these apples represent the farmer's collective wisdom and hard work. They taste different, too. Fall apples are sweet, while winter ones are more sour. Sour apples? Why would anyone want those? Just add a little sugar and they make real good jams and pies. We don't just sell the fruit, you see. We make tons of apple products, too. You can really see the pride in him. It's so cute. Oh, but don't let him hear me. Don't let him hear me say that. Because heaven forbid I call Apple cute. I can't take it anymore! Apple, you gotta give me one of those apples, please! Sure thing, hold tight and I'll grab some from the folks at the orchard. Here you are. I got enough for everyone, so help yourselves. Ah, yeah, it's chopping time. So good. Glad to hear it. You've got juice dribbling down your chin, Grim. That's not surprising in the least. In my family, we snack on apples while we're out picking them. We just pluck them right off the tree and take a big old bite. I also prefer my apples unpeeled. I hear you get the most nutrients that way. I peel mine, generally. When I came on land, I was interested to learn that land dwellers in some parts of the world often peel their fruit. And I have no issue eating them this way. As they say, when in Harveston! I only eat fruit if it's canned or already sliced and peeled. But peeling this thing myself sounds like a chore. I can peel one for you, idiot. Just give me a minute. And why don't the rest of us dig in? Don't mind if I do. Ow! That's quite good. A bit sour, but in a refreshing sort of way. I could definitely eat more of these. Delicious and such a satisfying crunch when you bite into one. Yep, apples are best fresh off the tree. I want some more. Hey, Yuma, let me have yours. You can't take someone else's food, Grim. Then I'll snag that one right there. Hey, don't pick any off the trees. That's valuable merchandise. My word, you haven't missed a beat peeling that apple, even when talking and looking elsewhere. So that's quite the skill, Apple. I've been doing this since I was a kid. There you go, Idia. All peeled. Thanks. Yep. Pretties. Apple, give me one of those apples, stat. Hold your horses, Grim. I'll make sure you get the good stuff once we get to the house. Ah, there's a guide map up ahead. Let's have a look. Mount Mullen's name is written in rather large text. No one's getting lost with this around. How could you get lost when there's only one road? It's a good thing there's only one, given how worn the rest of the text is. I can hardly read the map. This guide and the front gate both look like they were handcrafted. They are, yeah. Some villagers made them out of wood from the area. Aren't they nice? Personally, I think it'd be more helpful and user-friendly if the map was a touchscreen. I don't think that's in the cards. This is a small town, remember? Not that I need a map, of course. I've got this baby right here. A tablet loaded with all the Harveston info I could ever need. And even if I did need to look something up, there's this little thing called the World Wide Web. Wait. Harveston does get cell signal, right? Because if it didn't, that would be a whole thing. Don't worry, we've got internet here. You've come to this lovely place and you're worried about cell signal? Ortho would definitely tell you to get out more if he heard that. Yeah, whatever, ബʔ. We all need the internet. You're no exception. Actually, I'm perfectly fine without it. I grew up in Briar Valley. We didn't have much in the way of modern technology. Not many places had internet access. Woof! I think I'd literally blink out of existence if I had to live in a place with no internet. Me too. Note to self, never visit Briar Valley for any reason, ever. No one's asking you to. What was it like where you grew up, Jade? The Coral Sea is incredibly vast and deep, so I'd say it's a mixed bag. Harveston has more modern amenities than I expected. I'm only getting hungrier, you know. I could eat a whole apple tree, trunk and all. Don't you dare! Come on, guys, let's head on over to my house. This is quite the long road. It's called Harvest Road, and it's a major residential street that leads from the town entrance all the way to the center. No matter how far we walk, it's still apple trees all the way down. It just keeps going and going. How much longer is this going to take? Oh, we're not even halfway yet. Are you kidding me? We've been walking forever. Ugh, I just want to get to town and chow down on some apples. My house is at the other end of the road, so just stick it out a little longer, okay? In that case, let's pick up the pace. Hey, idiot, why are you spacing out like that? I'm trying to immerse myself in our surroundings. This is the world to sled over heels. Here I am, actually walking through the setting of an anime. This is hype. To me, it's just the same old road I always take. I used to go down this street to get to school. I didn't see anything resembling a school on the map, actually. Yeah, we don't have enough young folks in town to have our own school. Now that you mention it, I haven't seen any children at all. I went to school in the next town over. It's about a 3-hour bike ride. 3 hours?! It was rough going uphill, but I flew on the downhill slopes, I tell you what. And the roadside view was gorgeous. There were different types of apple blossoms every season. Plus, I got to see the apples grow day by day until they hit full size. That was always exciting. You have an impressive amount of fortitude if you rode for 3 hours to and from school every day. I can see why you have such an abundance of energy, given your upbringing among such bounteous nature. Wow, LOL, imagine going through that much trouble when you could go remote. A 3-hour bike commute sounds like excellent training. What would you do when it rained or snowed? Run through it? Oh, definitely not. I'd lose a whole day just trying to get there and back. I'd get my parents to drive me and pick me up on days like that. Cars are essential in places like Harveston. Every family needs one. I have noticed a number of vehicles going by. Harvest Road's a big straight road, so it's always busy. I loved going on car rides with my parents. My family takes the car whenever we need to deliver produce to neighboring cities. And I'd often tag along in the passenger seat. It was so much fun. It does seem like it would make for a very pleasant drive. One of these days, I want to get myself a blast cycle and fly down this road. I bet it'd feel amazing to ride with the wind whipping around me. You enjoy blast cycles, Apple? Sure do. But there's no blast cycle club on campus, and Phil's mentioned he doesn't approve of them as a hobby. Boy, that really stinks in my craw. I'm sorry, what? Your craw? Oh, sorry, it means it drives me nuts. Phil's told me not to talk like that around other people, but it just slipped out. Is that right? Pompior has some strange rules. If I happen to use any odd turns of phrase, don't tell Vil, okay? Certainly, your secret's safe with me. Why does it feel like I just gave the worst possible person extortion material? Oh, we're coming up on my house now. It's okay, Apple. I understand what it's like to live in the middle of nowhere. I used to. We used to have a crabapple tree in the backyard. And there was a couple in our front yard, like way off in the corner right next to the farmer's field. They had to cut them down though, because they died. Anyways. Here we are, guys. Welcome to my house. What a charming abode. Look at how steep the roof is. That's to keep snow from piling up on it. Otherwise, the roof could collapse if there was a heavy snowstorm. Is the whole house made of wood? Yep, and the walls are coated with stucco. Stucco? Oh, it's a finishing coat that's made with hydrated lime. Mount Mullen's rich in limestone, so we've always used stucco in our buildings. From what I understand, the limestone in the mountain acts as a purifier for the air and water around here. And stucco made only with natural limestone is supposed to be mold resistant and a good deodorizer. That's why people call Harveston houses homes that breathe. Or so the old folks around town told me. So are we staying here? No, we're staying in the town assembly hall. There's no chance this house could accommodate 5 extra people. There's barely room for my family as it is. Is that right? It looks quite spacious to me. Well, we've got a larger family than most. There's 8 people living there now, not including me. That is a lot of people. I never knew you had siblings. Ah, you think that, right? But no, I'm an only child. There's my mother, father, my grandmother, and grandfather. Then we got my aunt and uncle and their son, plus my great-grandmother. I could see how it might be a tight squeeze. It would certainly be inconsiderate of us to make things even more crowded. Are the other families around here as large as yours? I think my family's as big as they come in these parts. But it's pretty normal to live with your extended family. The farms here have been passed down through generations, so families usually want to work them together. All our neighbors are farmers, and when things get busy, we're all expected to pitch in and help each other out. So in a way, it's like all us villagers are one big family. All the folks in town were nice to me growing up, too. Treated me like their own son. You know, I'd love to hear about all y'all's family, too. Oh, Ortho's my only sibling. There are 5 in my family at present, including myself, Floyd, our parents, and our grandmother. At present? Correct. Huh, I'm curious what that could mean. Anyway, what's your family like, Sebek? There's 5 of us, my mother, my father, and my older brother and sister. We live by the river. It's all very pleasant, and I've never felt cramped in our house. My grandfather lives nearby, and, still cold. Oh, golly, sorry, Sebek. Here I am yammering away while you're freezing. Come on in. We've got some amazing traditional outfits for you guys to wear while you're in Harveston. The rest of my family will be out working on the farm or helping with festival prep, so don't be shy about getting changed. That should do it for you, Jade. Would you mind waiting outside? Of course. Thank you for assisting me, Apple. So this is traditional Harveston attire. It's rather cute and cozy. Look at him. So goofy. The top is a sturdy knit, and even the pants have cotton padding. It's warming both my body and my spirit. Agreed, and it all fits perfectly. This hat is marvelous. The fur-lined air flaps are keeping me toasty warm. The coat shan't deter me now. You cut a fine figure in that, Sebek. I don't typically wear clothes like this, but it's not bad at all. And same to you, Jade. You're giving off a rather different impression than usual. Yes, isn't it grand? Apple palms. There's my boy. Look at him. Idiot equips Harveston outfit. Do plus 60% cold resist, baby. I can't believe I get to wear the traditional threads. Apple, you are a legend. He's positively giddy. This is a far cry from his usual demeanor. It certainly is. I was positive he'd have no interest in traditional garments. Well, yeah. Well, the main characters in *𝙎𝙬 dressed like this too. Uh-oh. I suspected as much. It's lagging. I'm trying to let it keep up. It was doing so good! Guys! It was doing so good! Come back! Come back to me! It's gonna crash. I'm sad. It was doing so good. And now it's frozen. Like it's not even coming out of my phone right now. So, it's definitely stuck. I guess give me a second. I'm gonna pull it back up. Oh, never mind. Wow, I threatened it. Get back, hurry up. It's, there it goes. Okay. Give me 1 second, folks. Okay, we're back. Alright. So back when I suspected as much. So now it's back to Idia. And check out the color! I wears the exact same blue and she's clearly best girl IMO. I already know more about this cartoon than I ever wanted to. Hey guys, I'm back! Ah, you're all changed. Your attire is somewhat different from ours, I know. It's very soft and fluffy. You look almost like a snow fairy. Oh, thanks. Shucks, it's embarrassing getting compliments like that. My grandma knitted this outfit. Yours are handmade too by other villagers. It's really well made. Not to mention warm and practical. They're part of a custom we have. When it's too snowy to harvest anything, we spend the day knitting winter clothes. Each person has their own style and designs. We even hold these big unveilings where people can showcase their best knits. So you find ways to be productive when you can't do your usual work. Sorry for the wait. Don't be, I just finished changing myself. I must say, that looks perfect on you, Yuma. Yes, the adorable apple of floral pattern suits you. I didn't see any villagers dressed like this when we were walking here. Yeah, you generally won't. These outfits aren't easy to make or care for. It's mostly just Sledathoners who wear them now. I mean, nowadays you can just buy clothes that are easy to maintain, but the villagers still have a soft spot for these. By the way, the outfits are called apple palms. That word used to only refer to the knit apple pom-pom on the top of the hat. But from what I've been told, as time went on, people just started using it for the whole outfit. See how my hat doesn't have a knit apple? It's just got an apple pattern, but it's still an apple palm. I see, it's quite cute. Cute! I mean, that's not the worst way to describe it, but seriously, what about cool and historic? Doesn't it get you all fired up for the Sledathon? I agree, it's cool and historic, and it makes me pleasantly excited for the Sledathon. You could stand to be more enthusiastic. The pom-poms on our hats are as cute as well, of course. I rather like them. I used to play with the pom-pom on my hat when I was a kid, and this one time I accidentally tore it off. And boy, Grandma wasn't very happy with me. I could see why you'd want to. They're exceedingly fun to touch. Such decorations only hinder a person when they have to make sharp movements. I'd be just fine without mine. I heard they were originally there to protect your head, actually. Really? Now that's fascinating. Perhaps I should add pom-poms to my armor. My, that would be quite the fashion statement. I must say, what impresses me more than the installation is the embroidery. All of these little designs with apples and snowflakes truly give it a Harveston flair. These brooches are also stunning. Harveston's known for apples and snow, so that's why we put them on the brooches. Say, I just realized Grim's not here. Where'd he run off to? I imagine he's still inside, though I have no clue what he's doing. Probably crying tears of joy. Why would that be? The main event has arrived! Check out my shiny new ribbon. Ooh, pretty sweet, huh? Do I look cool or what? You look great. I'm generally opposed to dressing up pets, but yeah, that ribbon looks snazzy. Did you just call me a pet? Looking good. Wah! You bet I am! One of our elders made that ribbon just for you, Grim. It's got an apple and a snowflake pattern, just like ours. Living for this! Okay, I think we're almost done for today. Thank God. I'm starting to not feel great. We should take a picture now that we're all in our apple palms. What? Why are we busting out the cameras just because we changed clothes? I bet Ortho would get a real kick out of seeing you dressed like that. Oh, that's the rationale? Okay. I guess if it'll make Ortho happy. I'm down. Good idea. I'd like to show Malleus and Lilia as well. Dibs on the center spot! It's all yours. Idia, Sebek, and I can stand in the back. Then you can stand next to me, Yuma. Come on! We gotta squish in close so we're all in the frame. Okay, now I'll just set the timer on my phone and... Cheese! Look at Idia! Oh, that was such a good smile. It came out great! There, I've sent it to all of you. Much obliged, Deppel. Taking a photo was a great idea. Yes, you have my gratitude. Now I can show it off to Silver. I'll be sharing it with Azul and Floyd as well. Man, never thought I'd take a selfie with a bunch of randos. Much less a group of normies on a friendly trip together. Actually, I'm not sure this would make Ortho happy at all. Did I just get hoodwinked? Hey, I resent that! I'm hungry. When do we get to the apple eating? Oh, right. Hold on a sec. Did I just get hoodwinked? Here you go. An apple, just like I promised. Aw, yeah, it's about time. Amazing! This is the sweetest apple I've ever had. Glad you like it. That's a snow-aged apple. Snow-aged? What's that? It's where we pack harvested fruits and veggies in snow to keep them preserved. Do you leave them outdoors? They used to build barns out of snow right over the harvest in the old days, but now we just shovel snow into a barn that's already there. When you pack the snow densely in the winter, it doesn't thaw until summer. So that's basically a natural fridge that doesn't need electricity. Preserving produce that way helps prevent evaporation. It keeps things fresh while making them sweeter and more nutritious. What a remarkable bit of ingenuity. Who cares about all the technical stuff? See the barn behind our house? We keep the snow in there. I used to play in there all the time when I was a kid. You played in the barn? Are you the indoorsy type? Nah, most days I'd play outside, but I couldn't do that when it stormed. Still got restless, though, so I'd play in the barn since it was bigger and less messy than my room. I'd play around with all the farm equipment or bring in treasures like it was a secret base. One time the snow started coming down real hard when I was in there. It piled up so high I couldn't open the barn doors. A young child trapped in such a frigid room, that's no laughing matter for an ordinary human. My family didn't know I was in there either. I yelled and pounded on the door, but nobody heard me. I just kept getting colder and hungrier as time went on. Boy, that was a real pickle. How did you manage to escape? I grabbed the nearest tool and bashed it against the door so hard it busted open. That's quite a feat. My parents were angry about it, but ultimately they were just glad I was okay. I stopped playing in the barn after that, of course. I didn't want to give them any more scares. Wow, so you were a real firecracker, huh? Hard to imagine after seeing that picture of you as a kid when I was getting changed. What picture? It was on the wall. You were an adorable child. I saw it as well. It was easy to recognize you. Your face looks exactly the same. I do wonder why it was so faded, though. Hard to say. Perhaps they applied a filter to give it a more artistic look? I don't remember any pictures of me as a kid on our walls. Hey, Apple, can we get a move on or what? Oh, sure. Let's go practice sledding. That picture is his grandmother. But, yeah. Yeah, that's it for today. I just want to give him head pats. Pat, 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 pat. Okay, well, let's see. We are just over an hour, so we're doing all right. Thank you guys for joining me today. I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully Snowy will be with me tomorrow. I don't know yet. They haven't been feeling great lately, so they haven't wanted to really join me. But it's not a big deal. I don't mind doing it by myself. If anything, I kind of prefer doing it by myself, but it's also harder to do by myself because it puts a really big strain on my voice. But it's okay. Especially since I've been doing it daily, I get used to it. But it's, you know, it's whatever. Anyway, I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye!